Hello, welcome to the Matters Arising with your one and only Ken Gaddafi. I know a lot of you have been looking and asking what has happened since the end of the EPL and the start of the World Cup. You haven't seen me as you usually do. Well, it is simply because I lost my father and just on the eve of the World Cup, and so I've been in the mourning mood all this while. So, but it's good to be back again, and a lot has happened in the last 10 or 12 days since the start of the 2026 World Cup in USA, Mexico, and of course Canada. Interestingly, we've seen some great football artistry. We've seen some of the stars like Mbappe, like Lionel Messi, Ronaldo, of course, and Haaland, and of course Dembele, all showing their class. So it's been an interesting World Cup. And don't forget, even more than 3 million people have watched the World Cup live in the three countries. Of course, you will understand why this is so. Anyway, on today's Matters Arising, we want to look at the 32 teams, potentially 32 teams that will be going through to the knockout stages. You know, for the first time, it is 48 teams that are taking place in the World Cup and have been taking part in the World Cup, and 32 will go to the second round, while the rest will, of course, go back home. Yes, so talking about that, yes, the African teams have really been doing very well. 3 of the 10 African teams, Morocco, South Africa, and Ivory Coast, definitely true. They have booked their tickets to the next round. While one team, Tunisia, has been eliminated despite their last victory in their last match anyway. Then 6 more to be decided as we enter the penultimate days of the first round. But if we take a look at the teams that have qualified so far, we have Mexico, USA, Germany, Argentina, France, Norway, Colombia, Switzerland, Canada, Brazil, Morocco, South Africa, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Ivory Coast, Ecuador, and Netherlands, as well as Japan, Sweden, and Austria. These 19 teams have confirmed their ticket to the next round. While we have confirmed to be eliminated, or what we call ousted, we have Haiti, Tunisia, Turkey, Jordan, Panama, Qatar, Czech Republic, and Curacao. These countries will be booking their flights back home after the first round. So there are still more matches to be played, no doubt about it. And before we look at the teams that are likely to qualify, especially when it comes to 2 teams automatically qualifies, and that's why we've seen those 19 teams confirmed, while 8 teams will join through the best losers. And the 19 teams have qualified, so we are looking at 13 more teams to join them to make it round of 32. So out of the 13 teams, we still have 8 teams, that is rather 5, or let me say 5 teams that will qualify automatically from the first or second position, while 8 teams will qualify from the best losers. Interestingly, only 3 players have scored hat-tricks so far at the 2026 World Cup, and this include Lionel Messi of Argentina, Jonathan David of Canada, and Ousmane Dembele, who did that against Norway last night. And then, if we look at the table, at the moment we have Sweden. Looking at the table of the 3rd place, or what we call the 3rd place, best 3rd place teams. We have Sweden, Ecuador, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Paraguay, Senegal, Croatia, South Korea, and Algeria. Sweden, Ecuador, Bosnia, and Paraguay all have 4 points, and they look maybe confirmed that they could make it. While Senegal, Croatia, South Korea, and Algeria all have 3 points. But the difference will definitely be goals difference. And don't forget the other teams that can still make it there. Senegal have played Iraq in their last match, having lost their first 2 matches before winning the last match to give themselves a chance by 5 goals to nothing. Okay. So if we look at the fixtures that are coming up this weekend, with regards to the teams that are still likely to make it to the round of 32. We have Panama taking on England, Colombia will take on Portugal, Croatia will face off with Ghana, and Panama, Colombia, Democratic Republic of Congo will play Uzbekistan. Algeria will face off Austria, and Jordan will take on Argentina. So, if you look at these fixtures, England in the group belonging, where England, Croatia, and Panama, as well as Ghana. Panama is as good as out. So, but we have England and Ghana on 4 points respectively, while Croatia has 3 points. So any of those 3 can make it automatically, and maybe one of them could get the best loser. But it's difficult because Croatia faces off Ghana. So only if they play out a draw, then Ghana will qualify automatically, and Croatia have a chance to finish as a fifth, as the best loser. Okay. Then, if we look at the fixture that is coming up between Colombia and Portugal, Colombia and Portugal is going to be interesting because Colombia and Portugal are looking for the winner. The group winner. Colombia currently sits top with 6 points, Portugal with 4 points, and Democratic Republic of Congo are taking on Uzbekistan. This is tricky for Portugal because, well, they might still qualify, because if they lose to Colombia, they still have a very good goals difference that could help them, propel them into the third round. Into the round of 32. Meanwhile, DR Congo still have a chance if they can pull out a good win against Uzbekistan. So then they could increase the number of the Africans that will be in the round of 32. Okay. Then, if we look at the group where Algeria, Austria, and of course Jordan and Argentina sit top with 6 points, and Argentina will be taking on Jordan, which I think is going to be an easy ride for them. Meanwhile, Austria and Algeria both have 3 points each. It's a winner-take-all match, and this is going to be interesting for the African side if they can pull out a win in this match. So, anyway, that is the update on the matters arising so far with regards to the World Cup. What's your take? Earlier at the start of this World Cup, my predictions was that we should see in the semi-finals Brazil, Germany, France, and of course England. But with the look of things, it might be very, very tricky, because we have seen some teams like Argentina, they've done very, very well for themselves. Portugal is also in the mix, and of course there could be some surprises from the African side, and I'm looking forward to if Senegal can escape it, fine. Sierra Cote d'Ivoire have been doing very, very well. South Africa have seen some surprises, and who never can tell, African side can just go on to make it to the round of 16 and even the round of quarterfinals and maybe semi-finals. Okay, drop your prediction on the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the Oracle of Cambodia. Thank you for being part of the show, and see you again soon. Bye for now.